Imagine, for just a moment, that you had everything you ever wanted at your fingertips: riches beyond measure, power over those around you, admiration and respect. But what if, in exchange for all of that, you had to sacrifice the one person who loved you the most? What would you choose? Please with you. It's a story that has haunted me since the first time I heard it, and it speaks to something we all struggle with: greed, choices, and the price we are willing to pay for what we desire. This is the story of a man who, in pursuit of unimaginable wealth, pounded his wife alive. Yes, you heard that right. A man who had a beautiful wife. She was his partner, his friend, his confidant. Together, they lived a simple life, not wealthy by any means, but rich in love and companionship. But for this man, it wasn't enough. You see, in his heart, there was a yearning, a burning desire for more. More wealth. More status. More power. The dangerous thing, that craving for more. It can blind you. It can consume you. And that's exactly what happened to this man. One day, he learned of a dark ritual, an ancient practice that promised him untold riches. But there was a catch. In exchange for wealth beyond his wildest dreams, he had to sacrifice his wife, pounding her body into the earth to appease. And so, blinded by his greed, he did the unthinkable. In the dead of night, with his own hands, he sacrificed the woman who had stood by him, loved him, trusted him. But here's the thing about wealth gained through betrayal, about riches won through sacrifice that destroys the heart: it never lasts. Sure, the man had gold, more than anyone in his village, more than he could ever spend in a lifetime. But the price he paid was far greater than any fortune. He was alone. Haunted by the memory of what he had done. Every night, he heard her voice in the wind, calling out to him. Every shadow reminded him of her face. And no amount of gold could fill the emptiness inside. Isn't just a tale from an old village. It's a reflection of life itself. How many of us, in our quest for success, for more money, for recognition, sacrifice what truly matters? How many of us trade our peace, our relationships, our integrity, for something we believe will bring us happiness, only to realize too late that we've lost the very things that make life worth living? Life is full of choices. Every day, we are faced with decisions that may seem small in the moment but can have lasting consequences. What are you willing to sacrifice for what you want? Is it worth losing your peace? Is it worth betraying the people who love you? Is it worth losing your integrity? Software. We live in a world that constantly tells us to strive for more, that success is measured by how much we have, by how high we climb. But if that success comes at the cost of your soul, your relationships, or your inner peace, is it really success? I've learned, through my own journey, that the greatest wealth isn't found in gold, in possessions, or in status. It's found in the people we love, the peace we cultivate within ourselves, and the integrity with which we live our lives. It's in waking up each morning knowing that your heart is clear, that your actions align with your values, and that you are surrounded by love, not because you've demanded it, but because you've earned it. True success, true fulfillment, comes not from how much we take from the world, but from how much we give. It comes from building relationships, from nurturing the love and trust of the people around us. It comes from living a life of purpose, not. So, I ask you today, what are you chasing? And at what cost? Are you, like the man in the story, willing to sacrifice everything for the promise of more? Or are you ready to reflect, to pause? Take a moment today to reflect on your choices, to think about what truly matters. The greatest wealth you can accumulate isn't found in gold or possessions, but in love, peace, and integrity. And that is something no amount of reflect. Choose wisely. Live with purpose. Subscribe for more stories and wisdom that inspire deep. If this story resonated with you, take a moment to reflect on your own life and the choices you're making. Are they leading you toward true happiness, or are they taking you away from what really matters? Subscribe to the channel for more stories and life lessons that will help you live with purpose, peace, and integrity. Let's walk this journey together. Please